What's up, guys? Ronnie Cruz here with Path of the Network Marketer 365-day video challenge where I bring you a fresh new video every day, chronicling my adventures as I learn how to leverage social media to build my network marketing business so that I can in turn teach you to do the same. All right, so I just did a brief training for my team, a small group of them, anyways, a small handful that wanted to learn, just kind of where I am in terms of leveraging social media and the stuff that I've been teaching myself, right? Um, I wanted to share some of it with them because I do feel like I've learned a lot in the last month and a half, almost 2 months. Yeah, a month and a half. Because of that, I want them to kind of start their journey as well. I know, like for a network marketer, and here's what I told them. In the past, I've been told by, network marketing mentors and teachers, old school mainly, that you never train on anything that's not proven, right? That you haven't empirically, conclusively proven that it works, right? And so yeah, well, of course, I wasn't training the entire team. Um, it was just, again, a small subset, very, very small handful. I mean, my team is thousands of people, so like I didn't want to train the entire organization, but I did want to talk to the key few leaders that are ready to kind of digest this information. So that's something, right? Like one of the things that I encourage, especially leaders and emerging leaders, is to think. Well, always be thinking and working towards solutions, looking for better ways of doing things, looking for ways of being open to other ways of expanding your business and scaling your business on top of what you're currently doing. Because if there's potential ways to accelerate growth or expand growth, then why just keep doing the same thing, right? So that was primarily, the foundation of what that training was about, right? Like just be willing to think in different ways so that you're not limited to the just what you're doing right now, right? Right, and being open to other things that you can add on top of what you're already doing. So that was one thing. And so what I had shared with them is the two-pronged attack that actually for me it's three, but I didn't share with them the third one because it was a little bit more complicated and much less duplicable, right? Duplication is still an important factor for network marketing. But the two things that the two angles, well, I'll share with you guys the three angles. The three angles that I'm looking at, in terms of this whole entire journey for me specifically, and especially with the specifics of my company's compensation plan, I'm looking at I've been teaching myself and looking at social media in these three different angles. Number one, um, funnels, online marketing, and that goes actually beyond social media. But online marketing, that's one thing that I'm learning how to kind of leverage and getting more knowledge about. I haven't necessarily implemented the funnels yet, but I think I'm getting close. I just there's just so much for me being non-technical. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot that's over my head when I'm listening to Russell Brunson. Guy's absolutely brilliant, but there's a lot of stuff there that just from like the mechanics of a funnel that I have to read and listen to multiple times and see visually. He does, however, a lot of his trainings are like core, fundamental marketing principles, which is really great, right? Like all three of the books in the trilogy are really good at expanding and diving into depth about some very, very core marketing principles. So for that alone, I would encourage you guys to read and listen to his books. On top of that, then he delivers, how to create a winning funnel. And so that's definitely something I'm super interested in. Not necessarily teachable, immediately teachable, especially to the rest of the field, because again, it's not necessarily duplicable, but it's something that I can do. Well, at least the way I see it now, the way I understand it, it's something that I can do for myself and my own sponsoring efforts. And it'll take some time to see if that I can leverage that for for the rest of the organization, right? So if you're looking at funnels for building your business, understand that yeah, the at least the way I see it, that may not there may not be necessarily a duplicable aspect of that as yet as I understand funnels. So if you have a successful funnel for your network marketing business and you've been able to duplicate it fluidly and easily, let me know. I would love to hear from you guys if you do have a successful funnel for your business and for your teams that other team members are able to employ, right? So that's one thing. Again, that was I did not mention that to these guys because that's a whole another level of learning that I like for me, even the amount of time that free time that I have, I'm able to dive into and teach myself and learn from Russell Brunson, all that stuff. The rest of my distributors, I want them to focus on something that's really more scalable and less time intensive from a learning standpoint because they're not full timers yet, at least the ones that I was teaching. So there's that. So the second angle is influencer, becoming an influencer yourself and using social media to share. Well, number one, grow your audience and therefore grow your influence, and therefore you can then start marketing your products and or services, right? And so I think I've shared a lot of the tips so far here on this channel and on this day-to-day journey with you guys as I've learned to kind of really grow my social feeds, grow my profiles and my audiences on those things, and it's been pretty fun. One thing I would suggest, and I'm starting to do this now, is reaching out to existing influencers and just picking their brain, right? And some of them will answer, some of them won't, but it's just a matter of following up with people. But a lot of people are I think would be willing to share with you guys, share with us, aspiring influencers, what they've done. Number one, to build their audience, and number two, how they're leveraging that audience and that social feed to monetize, right? How are they monetizing that influence, right, and that reach? So like with anything, might as well ask, right? Like there will be people that will ignore your message, which is fine. But there will be people that will be more than happy to share that information, and so reach out to people. I've connected with a handful thus far in the past week and a half. People, influencers who have a range of tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of followers, and so it's just well, it might as well. Like if somebody has the result that you're looking for, might as well pick their brain and see how you can how you can leverage their knowledge to kind of accelerate your journey. So becoming an influencer as a network marketer, I think is very doable. I mean, again, we post every day anyways, and I think I mentioned this in a previous video. If you're going to use social media, we got to stop being consumers of content, and we got to really become creators of content. And the social platforms really does distinguish between the two, right? And I think I talked about that the other day with posting more than once a day, right? At least 3 times a day on the short form platforms. It distinguishes you from the casual user. You can really start to become a content creator in that way. And I'm really seeing that. So that's an important difference as you become an influencer and you growing your audience, and then like I haven't gotten there yet, but then taking the step of posting products and doing promotions of your own products, promoted content, things like that, sponsored content, which really would be your own products and services. So it's free. You have the audience, right? My sister is currently building I think I might have mentioned this as well, building an Instagram account around our dogs. Dogs are super popular. Pets, cute. If you have cute pets, you can leverage that, create a following, create an audience around that. And then my thought is then every once in a while, maybe once a week, once twice a month, I don't know, depending on what schedule you want to do, put up a post saying, hey, time to pay the bills. Just want to let you guys know and share with you guys some amazing products or services that has changed my life. And yeah, here they are in case you guys would be interested. And then grow your customer base from there. I think that's just a pretty simple formula for doing it, right? So there's that angle of growing, becoming an influencer as well. So, reaching out to influencers and getting their advice. It's always great to have a mentor, right? We're all journeymen, so you might as well continue to learn as you go. And then, yeah, just continue to just post and share. And of course, I can get more into the specifics of what to post, but yeah, just as long as you're out there and you're creating a presence every day, multiple times a day, I think that you can really leverage that. Because again, we're doing it anyways, and now it's just a matter of doing it intentionally. That's the key, right? Being more intentional and purposeful with your use of social media, as opposed to just letting it be a time drain, right? Yeah, yeah, time waster. So many people waste so much time scrolling on social feeds when they could use a fraction of that time to create a following and then therefore create a massive business. So anyways, get off my soapbox. The last thing is, and again, this is kind of specific to my network marketing company, is connecting with influencers. I talked about just now connecting with influencers and reaching out to them as a way to learn from them. But once you're connected with them, for me, why not talk to them about your opportunity, talk to them about your products? I mean, influencers are always looking for a way to monetize their audience. And so, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna look for a sponsorship deal, or they're gonna look for like promoted posts, which is okay. Again, this is very unique to my company and my our new compensation plan adjustments, and that is they can potentially create a residual income through us without having to build a team, So I'm now right now leveraging my social feed and the people that I'm following, because I follow a lot of influencers. Why not reach out to them? Again, I'm going to use social media anyways. Why not connect with them? And it's really like I explained this to the team earlier in the training that I did. Social media and the internet, it's just another place to meet people, right? So taking the fundamentals that I mastered offline, right? Those core fundamentals of connecting and developing relationships, fostering new connections, and striking conversations. I've been able to kind of translate and transfer those fundamental skills to the internet. It's the same thing. It's just a different medium. And so if you use those skills, you can connect with pretty much anyone from anywhere around the world, especially influencers. And I'm targeting influencers because, again, our compensation plan will really allow them to create some substantial income, not just once, but as a residual. Now, you can, of course, connect with people as well who aren't necessarily influencers, and treat it the same way as you would like your local mall or the grocery store, right? It's another gathering place to meet people. That's all the internet is, right? And so yeah. And, well, the thing is, you just got to be, again, intentional with it, and be willing to do just a little bit extra, right? Like for me, it takes a while because our internet's so slow. But for the average Joe, I mean, while I was traveling, it was so easy to post 3 times a day. It was so easy to connect and spend 5 minutes, on the social feed and be productive. Up here, it's a little bit more difficult because our internet's so slow, like I said. But like for everybody else that's not in this middle of nowhere situation, you guys have an opportunity here to be more productive with the time that you're already spending anyways on your device and on social media. Right? So those are the angles that I'm looking at. And if you want to learn more, I know, as an aside, if you want to learn more specifically about why my company and our compensation plan adjustment is really tailor made for influencers, yeah, just message me, and I'll let you know. If you're an influencer looking for something, I might just do a video on that. If you're looking for well, if you're an influencer and you're looking for another way to monetize your social feeds and your social media efforts, let me know. Let me know. I got a deal for you. That's second to none, guys. Second to none. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is not a selling um, episode. Yeah, so that's it. I just want to share that with you guys because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Really, really exciting stuff happening for me as I'm like it's starting to pick up steam at the very least from a knowledge standpoint and a practice standpoint, right? Like I'm really feeling really comfortable with my social media efforts right now, and it seems to be well, it's grabbing attention at the very least. So follow me on this journey. We'll see what happens. The one of all things, the one platform that's not yet turning around is YouTube. I'm still getting onesie twosie views, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm what I'm doing wrong, but I'll figure it out. It'll figure itself out eventually. I'll look at like the analytics and if there's different things that I can do. Anyways, neither here nor there. Thank you guys for tuning in. More to come from me. Remember, it's a video every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that happens to be in your part of the world. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's a new episode out. Beyond that, you guys take care, be well, be safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.